Hello?
My best friend from high school.
Studying at Harvard College.
And I go to the University of Toronto.
Okay, first year was like a very...
You might get some bad grades. Maintaining old friendships from high school after moving somewhere else to study. Because that happened to us.
That's it.
We've talked about this.
Yeah.
But they weren't exactly my favorite people. You always get sucked into something. And then it's just like,
you have to pick a side, or like the entire group breaks up. Or...
Hello everybody. Welcome back to my channel. My friend is coming over and we're gonna be doing a college advice video. I guess college and university, because she is at an American school. I'll let her introduce herself and all of that stuff. And I go to a Canadian school. So in Canada, we call them universities, and in America, they just call them colleges. But in Canada, if you say college, it is a completely different thing. So I don't know if I'll get into that, but that's just one thing. She's gonna pop up in 3, 2, 1. Hi guys, this is my best friend from high school.
Sorry, I was buttoning my top.
Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Serena. I'm going into my 3rd year and I'm currently studying at Harvard College, and I'm in the class of 2026.
Wow. And do you want to say what discipline or like field of study?
So I'm studying, my degree is molecular and cellular biology, and I'm on the pre-med track, which means I'm interested in applying to med school.
Wow, guys, so cool. And you guys probably know me, but if you don't, I'm Serena. This is my channel. I'm in electrical engineering. I'm going into my 3rd year and I go to the University of Toronto. So I'm in Canada. She's in America. I'm just gonna answer some questions as like considering that we're going into our 3rd/junior year of college/university. We're gonna answer some questions based on what you guys asked me on my Instagram. And this is more so for like, I guess, freshman advice or like 1st year advice, so people going into 1st year. But I guess for anybody, this can be like advice for anybody.
A recap of your uni life and what you felt each year.
And maybe also academically.
Academically. Okay, 1st year was like a very... It was a year where I didn't know how scary it was until after I was done with it, because like
I think you knew it was scary while you were going through.
Like, yeah, when I was going through it, I was like, oh, this is kind of scary. But then after, like, thinking about it now, I'm like, how did I get through that? Like, sometimes when I think about it, I'm like, I moved to a different country. I didn't know anyone. Yeah. Like, I didn't have family there. I was like all alone.
I think you did really well considering just like how crazy everything was in 1st year. Like, I think you learned pretty.
I did. I learned a lot. I learned quite a bit. I think I learned how to be a lot more very self-sufficient. Independent. Yeah, very independent, because like, again, not living with my parents, not really living with anyone I knew.
I think the transition to 1st year, like engineering 1st year, like literally kills you. Like you get demolished. And I guess like people like to scare you with it, but it actually is scary.
It's true.
Like it actually is. And I mean, the good thing is I guess everyone's doing it with you.
Yeah.
So you're all kind of just like struggling together. You might get some bad grades, but I guess that's just that's a part of the learning
Everyone
process.
Gets bad grades. Everyone fails an exam, if not like 5. Like I've done it during my 1st year, my 2nd year actually. 1st year was like academically, socially very challenging, but I learned a lot. But also I wish I'd like developed, I think, better study habits.
I would say especially like 1st year will be hard, but 2nd year you'll learn from 1st year, and it might still be hard, but at least it'll probably improve, I want to say, and then you'll be even better. Like it's just like a learning curve. Yeah, it's like if you think about high school, like you probably learned a lot from grade 9 and grade 10, and then in grade 11, grade 12 was a lot better. So it's about the same in university or college.
Yeah.
Talking about studying and just studying more effectively, I really like using Quick Takes as a resource. So Quick Takes is a software where you can essentially take a quick take of either a lecture recording or even just a PDF upload of a document, and it will automatically create an outline, flashcards, a study guide, and so many other really cool features for you so that you can study from whatever you've uploaded. So personally, as I just mentioned, some of my favorite features on Quick Takes is being able to upload a PDF, for example. Here I just uploaded a previous exam. It made a really nice course outline of just all of the key topics that are going to be on this exam. It also made flashcards. So instead of me having to write my flashcards out one by one myself, it does it automatically for me. It also shows relevant videos to whatever you're learning here. So if you really don't understand something, you can just watch a video. So those are some of my very favorite features on Quick Takes, and you can try out Quick Takes for free now using the link down below. And thank you again to Quick Takes for sponsoring this portion of the video.
Oh, this one's a good one. Maintaining old friendships from high school after moving somewhere else to study. Because that happened to us.
That's us. I think
we have a long-distance friendship.
Long-distance relationship.
Yeah.
We have so much to say on this.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to start?
You can start.
Okay. Okay. I think with all friendships, you really need to like put time and effort, or all relationships actually. You really need to put time and effort into it. But I think with like a long distance one, it's a lot harder because you aren't physically in the same place. Like you can't physically see each other. So I think what we do a lot is, I think we don't, do we text? We text.
Do we do anything?
Do we do anything?
We try our best.
We do our best, but like, you know, sending little like
messages randomly,
like if I'm doing something fun, I send her a photo of like, look at me, I'm upside down on the monkey bar. Yeah. Or Serena, look what I bought. That's usually
that's usually what it is. I'm broke again.
Serena, I can't afford to
all
live
my
like
money.
this.
No,
But we also try and call like at first we were like once a week, you know, once a week we could do this.
You gotta make it realistic, also depending on how busy both of your schedules are.
We're both.
Like at least in first year, my engineering schedule was literally like, I had like no breaks.
It was just
like,
was bad.
And I think also for you in first year, it was like, I mean, first of all, really big transition, right?
Yeah.
Because like living away from home and all of that. I don't know. I would say it's always great to talk it out with each other. For any relationship, I think it's great to talk it out and like really set clear, communicated like boundaries and also like what you expect of each other, just because you don't want one of you guys to be disappointed.
Yeah.
If like one of you guys expects like a call a week and
or
the other person
call.
is like, I can't do that, you know? So just like talk it, like communicate about it, I would say.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to like, if something isn't working, don't be afraid to be like, hey, this isn't working for me. Because like everyone's busy and you never know how like busy it gets until you're like actually in the thick of it. So just open communication.
I agree. If you stay on campus or off campus, and which one is preferably better? Because I stay off campus and
I'm on campus.
On campus.
Yeah.
But like, I guess we haven't had the experience of either or, so I guess we can say the benefits and like not benefits.
Yeah, like what we've enjoyed or not enjoyed.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
I'll start, I guess, because I think a lot of people like to think off campus is like not as great. I think in my opinion, first year it is, if you have the financial ability to, I think staying on campus or as close to campus as possible is the best. Just because like, it's the easiest way, I guess, to like make friends and talk with people, and I just like be as involved with the community as possible, just because if you are commuting every day, I found, especially with my friends that I know do commute like 40 minutes or even 30 minutes by like train, they miss out on a lot of things just because like they have to get home not at like 1 a.m. But I don't want people to think you have like FOMO or anything either. It's just like what you want, I guess, more. Like if you're the type of person that really wants to be involved and like do a bunch of like nighttime activities or just have fun with people on campus like the whole day basically, like I would say if you can, it's better to stay on campus, at least for first year. But after that, it really varies because most people don't end up staying on campus.
Yeah, I mean, I've stayed on campus all 4 years. Like for us, I don't know how it works with other schools in the States, but at least for us, like 95 to 97% of like undergrads stay on campus, like live on campus for all 4 years. And when I say live on campus, it's not like, oh, our campus is huge. It's like residences are like right beside each other. And you will see everyone like all the time, everywhere, which is actually one of like one of the, I guess, cons to like living on campus. It's if you're living on campus, you will be seeing everyone, everywhere, no matter where you go. When I want to be social or when I want to sort of like hang out and see friends, like everyone's sort of in the same area. So it's very easy to be like, hey, do you want to study? And it's usually like a very quick yes, because we're all sort of right beside each other. And I think one of the, I guess, downsides to living on campus is you can get so comfortable with living on campus, being on campus, you get stuck sort of in a bubble. Venture out of that bubble and go explore the city. Like I've been living in Boston for, well, going into my 3rd year, and I only recently started actually going out in
Boston.
Exactly, while I was there over the summer working. There are definitely benefits and like downsides to it, but I've enjoyed my time on campus, like living on campus, I'd say.
Okay, I want to kind of change this question a little bit, but like, how do you make friends during the first few weeks of classes? And then also, I guess, like, do you have any interesting stories to talk about in your first year when trying to make friends?
Oh.
Like, I feel like online when you see, sometimes people are always like, oh, like, the people you meet in first year, you're not always like, you don't always like keep them throughout, you know?
You're never gonna be friends with like the people you are in first year.
Yeah.
I've heard that. Okay, I'm gonna get you to do this one first, because I need to think of interesting stories.
Okay, don't worry, I have interesting stories. Okay, I think it's kind of true. Like, okay, for us at least, we have like a very defined like frosh week, which is like freshman orientation week, especially for engineering. So you just sign up and you do like all these different activities. I've talked about this before. Like one of the main ones, or like traditions in Canada, we dye ourselves purple. And then we like go around chanting things.
Basically, they're menaces for like an entire week.
It's kind of scary. I met a lot of people during my first week there, especially within my own frosh group. And I actually was in like a friend group in first year. We've talked about this, but they weren't exactly my favorite people. And I don't mean that in like a shady way. Like I was with them because I was like, oh, we have all these classes together and like I don't want to be alone all the time, and like it's at least nice to be like with people, you know, like not just like be a loner on the side. But I think I realized really quickly that like we weren't exactly very similar. Like there weren't a lot of similarities, and I couldn't see myself like actually being close friends with each person, I guess. It was more just like part of a group. And it was like, yeah, I'll have fun as a group, but I couldn't see myself actually being really good friends with like each person in the group. So then I kind of just like ended up distancing myself in first year, second semester. And then, yeah, I've definitely found my people, if that's the right word, closer in like second year especially. And yeah, it's been a lot better, I think. And I personally, I really like having a smaller, it's not like a friend group, it's just like you have like closer friends, but not like I'm with a group the whole time, if you know what I mean. So like definitely less friends for me, I like a lot more.
Cause like I agree with everything you said. Like I think I'm very much so quality over quantity. Like even in high school, like I was never the type to, and
I feel like big friend groups, there's always drama.
Yeah.
Like you always get sucked into something. And then it's just like,
you have to pick a side, or like the entire group breaks up or whatever. But like, if you guys want to hear some drama. So the way our housing system works is it's kind of Harry Potter-esque. Like you get sorted into a house and that's your house for the rest of your time there. Because again, everyone sort of lives on campus for 4 years. But the whole like drama part sort of comes in when you have to pick your like blocking group, which is essentially the group of like up to 8 people you want to be placed in the same house as. They make you choose those groups in like before spring break of your first year, which is literally like your second semester in first year. And this is where all the drama I've heard has come from. I personally, like, we didn't have any drama because the friend group that I chose to block with at the time was like 8 people, so we were fine. But like,
and you just were lucky.
I was lucky. Like I met good people, you know. So I was okay, but I heard like some people for these groups, it was so high school, they had actual applications. So you had to interview and apply for spots. Like some people would have like a group of 6 and they're like, oh, we have 2 spots open in our blocking group, you should apply to be in our blocking group. And whenever I heard these stories, I was always like, Oh my god, like no matter what, you will find your people. Sometimes it just takes more time. Like I think I was lucky because different for everyone. So don't be discouraged.
It's not a race either.
I mean, we went to school together for like
4 years,
and so it takes time.
Yeah, we only became really close in grade 12.
Yeah,
which is what is also crazy because we were in the same class for 4 years. Like actually,
like same class as in we had the same schedule. Like we basically had the same schedule.
It was like
for
same
4 years.
Teacher or whatever. Another question is, how can I socialize in college? I have different groups in every subject.
For us, the way it works is it's a liberal arts education. So like 50 or even 40% of your course load will be towards your major, and then like this 50 to 60% of it is like a bunch of different like classes in sort of every single field possible. So like you might take history classes, you might take social science classes, you may take math classes. Especially in college, if you're in a situation like me where you're not really like with the same cohort of people every single time, I think it's just like it's completely socially acceptable just to sit beside someone in class and be like, hey, what's your name? What do you do? Because chances are, unless you're in like a bio class or like an econ class or like a hardcore math class, chances are they're not in the same major as you. Like they're in like a completely different stream. Like it's a great way to meet new people, and you also don't have to stick to the same person. Like you could sort of like switch up where you're sitting and stuff like that. And that's how I've actually made some of my friends who I'm like friends with both in class and out of class. So at least in my experience, it's been
Take the
great.
Initiative, guys.
Yeah.
Everyone is scared, so might as well you are the first one.
Sit beside someone and start up a conversation, because trust me, they're in the same boat.
And I think another, I guess, way to look at it is when I was going into second year, I knew nobody in my class because I was transferring from undeclared engineering into my specific stream. So I didn't know like anybody in my section basically. And okay, I mean, I guess this again depends on you because I'm an introvert anyway. So like, I just sat alone for like however many weeks until like I actually decided to like talk to people or like whatever the case was. But like there's nothing wrong with sitting by yourself either. Like I guess there's a lot of pressure from people to socialize, especially in first year. Majority of the time, like it's gonna be different people for every single lecture, and there's no way that I can like find good, like be friends with everyone for every single lecture, if that makes sense. And so if they're like, if you're just there to learn, then you're there to learn. You don't always have to be sitting with people all the time.
Yeah, when I'm sitting with people, all I do is yap, so
exactly.
I don't actually...
Like that happened to me in first year. If I sat with people, I would just talk. I mean, this happened last year too, but anyway. That'll be the end. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Serena, for joining me.
Of course, anytime.
She's really cool because she goes to Harvard. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Do you want to blow them a kiss?
Oh, yeah.
Mwah.
That was cute. I like that.